So I quit my job with the intention of finding something new that drives me and to help others who need a push to kickstart their own journey. Last week, I slept in until 10 AM, went on a wander with the hopes of being blessed by the idea gods, and spent the rest of my week working out of the Biz Dojo until I found an idea that stuck. This week, I'm going to follow my idea down the rabbit hole and see where it goes. First things first though, I should probably let my flatmates know what I'm up to. If there's one thing I've learned from trying to do new things, it's always a good idea to get the support from those around you. Sam, I just quit my job. I'm on my own, I guess. No, but seriously, tell your friends. Call your parents every week. Get the support from those around you. It helps. So I started this week off by asking myself, what am I even doing here? Then I realized, too long have I watched students either get jobs they end up hating, or only aim for one job and fail at getting it. In both cases, they don't know where to go or what to do next. After doing a bit of research on the current career situation, it became pretty obvious that although we do a great job at letting people know their options, we don't do a great job at narrowing them down. The options route doesn't really make sense to me in the first place anyway. I mean, we're asking students who have little to no experience in full-time postgraduate positions to choose a company environment which they've had no experience working in that they think they're going to like. And then we wonder why they don't enjoy their jobs. On top of that, there's been plenty of research that shows that the more options you give someone, the less likely they're going to be able to choose or make a decision. So I decided that instead of being stuck and confused as to why this was the case, I would instead talk to a bunch of career development advisors and people in the career space. And I ended up finding out that a lot of the time, careers advisors are doing a great job helping people to figure themselves out and narrowing down their career choices. However, only a small percentage of students are taking advantage of this. And on top of all of that, even after narrowing things down further, we are still asking the majority of students to choose out of environments that they have no experience working in. It was then that I decided to try to tackle the challenge of filling the very obvious hole: self-awareness. If we can figure out how to increase self-awareness for the majority of students by analysing their day-to-day habits, getting them to try new things in different environments, and record their experiences, then perhaps they won't fall into the same trap year after year. However, it's definitely going to be a tough problem to solve. But who else is going to do it? Something that I'm very worried about now is doing too much thinking and planning and not enough building and testing. It's great to think and plan. It was basically the focus of my degree. However, there is a point where it becomes unproductive. The problem though is that you're so focused on improving your plan that you don't realize this until you've spent far too long on the plan. So watch out for that. Once you've collected your thoughts, bounced ideas of others, and most importantly brainstormed it on paper, you should have enough to know the scope of your idea, what it involves, and to be able to find one clear direction to start building something. Any more than that is probably too much planning. A lot of the methodologies that I'm considering when approaching this project come from the book The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. It includes the Build, Measure, Learn framework, which is a framework for building for customers instead of your ego. Testing assumptions and measuring your results in a way that is going to improve your product. One of the great things it talks about as well, bringing it back to planning, is that for a startup you don't want to plan too much anyway, since it's a highly unpredictable environment. The book has great stories and examples that the writer himself went through when developing a successful startup, as well as lessons from businesses all across the world. And as promised, this is the Biz Dojo. It's a great space filled with an array of desks and areas to choose to work from. The space was specifically designed to bring people together and to share the adventures of building a startup. We also have the dog detectives who, like their human counterparts, seem to be asleep on the job. I have no idea what's going on here. The Biz Dojo is a place of opportunity. There are so many great people, businesses, and meaningful work waiting to be found, and I'll be spending my foreseeable future trying to uncover as much as I can. Perhaps I'll ask Rufus for some help. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully seeing me go on this journey helps you out in some way. And if you've got 2 seconds, go down a bit, hit that subscribe button. More subscribers means more connection, and I want to get this out there to as many people as possible. If you're interested in supporting me or interacting with my community, also check out my Patreon below. Peace, catch you in the next video.